You're unbelievable.
Easy more earnings! Easy more earnings and easy more earnings to each and every one of you watching this virtual conference worldwide. Happy New Year and easy more earning to our business partners in Asia, business partners in Africa and Asia Pacific. And I would like to congratulate each and everyone who have stayed on this virtual conference for the past 2 hours. I know that you have been learning so much ever since it started, from Coach Miko to our testimony sharers to our from our vice presidents and from my partner, the CMO, Mr. John Aspirin. You have learned so much. Congratulations on your new learnings. I hope you practice them a lot so that by this year, 2021, you will be able to break barriers after barriers, so we would together be successful on this year 2021. Okay, so greetings to our leaders in Africa, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Uganda, in Kenya. I know you guys are watching. And to all our kababayans, to our Filipino leaders in Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, salamat po ng maraming sa inyo at happy New Year. And salamat po for staying with us for the past 2 to 3 hours, listening, enjoying the learnings that you are listening for the past few hours. And as for my topic, I would like to share with you some of the knowledge that I have gathered for the past few decades and how we could break barriers personally, from the corporate point of view and from the industry point of view, and how we could break barriers after barriers. So are you ready, guys? If you are ready, please key in. I'm ready, Doc Ed. I'm ready, Doc Ed. I'm ready for success this year. So if you guys are ready, okay, for my first slide. Okay, so what are the barriers from an entrepreneur point of view, and how can we break them? So from the entrepreneur point of view, there are many barriers. You have heard it from 2 to 3 hours ago. So I just like to sum it up. Okay, from the personal point of view, there will be emotional barriers. There will be some mental barriers, spiritual barriers, physical barriers that we have experienced, particularly last year of 2020, when we have experienced the height of the pandemic due to the COVID-19 disease. And according to statistics, more and more cases of depression have been recorded. More and more cases of suicide have been recorded. More and more cases of mental issues have been recorded, simply because people are being prohibited from going out, and they have magnified the problem in front of them. And for some people, they cannot cope up. And because of that, they dwell so much on the negative things. And these are the barriers from the personal point of view of an entrepreneur, whether they be offline or online entrepreneur. So what do we need to do to overcome these emotional barriers, these mental barriers, these spiritual barriers, these physical barriers that been inhabiting some of the leaders in this industry, or some of the businessmen, or some of the people whom you might know who are suffering from this kind of obstacles and hindrances? So the answer to this, from a wider perspective, is to be better. If you want to overcome, if you want to fight off these challenges, these hindrances, this year of 2021, simply become better. Better at what you do. In our local language, in Tagalog po, mas galingan natin. Galingan natin saan? Galingan natin sa pag-imbita. Be better in inviting people. Galingan natin sa pagbebenta. Be better in retailing our products. Galingan natin sa pag-keep ng grupo o sa pagpapalaki ng grupo. Be better in growing your group and your organization. So in whatever you do on each and particular aspect of our business, just be better. Sleep earlier, wake up earlier, okay? Read more books, practice the skills more often, talk to your leaders more often, talk to your prospects more often, talk to your customers more often, serve them more often. Just do a bit more of everything. In short, be busy with our business. Okay? Because to distract you of this depression, to distract you of these emotional problems, to distract you of these spiritual obstacles and hindrances, focus on our business. Because if you would focus on our business, you would unconsciously notice that little by little, day by day, week after week, month after month, whether you like it or else, your group will grow. Sa ayaw at sa gusto natin, mas gagaling po tayo if we keep on doing what we do best, which is our business. So just be better. Just be better on creating goals. Just be better in relaying these goals to your entire network. Just be better in knowing your leaders and how to bring out the leadership within them this particular year. So before, we used to do it offline by setting up one-on-one meetings, by setting up a seminar, by setting up a workshop. Now we could do Zoom meetings, we could do Viber calls, we could do a lot of virtual conferences in your strategic group. So just be better and be consistent on a day-to-day basis. Follow up on them, review the goals that you have set aside for this year, make a checklist if you were able to achieve those particular things that you need to achieve on every week, on every month's basis. So that is from the entrepreneur point of view. But what about from the corporate or from the company's point of view? What are the barriers from the company, from the vision side, from the sales network side, from the culture side, and from the management side? Guys, we are not a perfect company. Particularly last year, 2020, we have suffered a lot in so many aspects. We were able to overcome these obstacles by adapting to the new normal. We came up with easy online shop. We came up with easy talks. So we adapted early on. That's why we finished the year 2020 quite strong. And we were able to surpass the sales of the previous year as compared to last year, even amidst the pandemic. So what a wonderful achievement for each and every one of us here in the Philippines. Congratulations to the leaders here in the Philippines for achieving that feat. Even though we suffered a pandemic here in the country, we were able to surpass our previous sales. So how do we encounter barriers from the vision side? So early last year, we came up with an idea. We came up with a vision that we will innovate, that we will expand from one country to another, that we will come up with new travel promos. But because of the pandemic, we were not able to proceed with the travels. We were not able to proceed with the expansion program. We were not able to proceed with the innovation that we intended to do year 2020. From the management side, of course, they need to work from home. And it's hard to monitor sales. It's hard to monitor distributors' growth. It's hard to monitor the inventory. It's hard to monitor certain aspects of our business if our managers, if our employees are working from home. You cannot do inventories when you're at home. You need to physically count the products and the stocks. But of course, communicating with our suppliers is easy. We can do it online. The culture. Previously, we developed culture by meeting them regularly through our seminars, through leaders meeting, through monthly meetings, through core meetings. We do that on a regular basis offline. That's why most of our offices, if not all, we have huge seminar room that can house 50 people, 100 people, 700 people, even 1,000 people. Our Cebu office can cater to more than 1,000 audience. But during pandemic, we were not able to utilize that. We need to adapt to the new norm, which is practice social distancing, which is maximize the presence of our online platform. So we need to adapt. And the sales network. Many of our sales organizations are used to doing the business offline. Go to a certain branch, go to a certain BCO, conduct big seminars, conduct seminars at well-known restaurants or fast food chain, Jollibee or McDonald's. Because of the pandemic, we were not able to do all of those things. Now, these are the barriers. These are the hindrances. These are the challenges we encountered last year. And how do we break them? Be bolder. Type in, be bolder. Type in, we will be bolder in 2021. We became bolder as early as last year. How did we do that? We train ourselves, we train ourselves to be knowledgeable with the online presence and the online platform that we have. We train ourselves to meet via Zoom. We trained our staffs, our managers to meet regularly via Zoom, via Viber calls, and we adapted to that early on. Otherwise, we cannot create huge amount of sales. We cannot even create huge virtual rallies if we did not adapt early on. So we became bolder. We had bolder goals. We have bolder target. We even conducted our anniversary online, and it was one of the very, very first successful virtual rally that we have. We even came to a point that we were able to break a lot of barriers alone with the virtual rally alone in the 2020 anniversary. So we became bolder. So for you guys this year, I highly suggest to have a bolder perspective on our business. We're not a small company. We are a global company. We're conducting our business in 20 countries. Okay, we are registered into so many continents, and we're exploring continuous expansion program in other countries. So with that in mind, a network leader with a global company with a global opportunity, how should you look 2021? With the bigger, bolder, and better dreams in front of us, how can we work together and appreciate 2021 so that we could be successful in our beginning of this year, successful with our goals, successful with our dreams and ambition? Now, from the industry's point of view, what are the barriers that had challenged our country, our industry, the whole world when it comes to the direct sales MLM industry? Of course, we have the most common fraudulent scams. We have, of course, the legality side, the framework, the laws that are been existing when it comes to the direct sales industry. We have the new players, companies that have started 5 years ago, companies that have started a few months ago, companies that are existing less than a decade. And of course, we have the pillars, or these are the legacy companies, companies that have been existing for more than a decade, for more than 10 years. Now, these are the players. These are the aspects of the whole industry. For each and every aspect of this industry, there are certain barriers that we have encountered last year, or maybe we would still encounter it this year. For the pillars or for the legacy companies, how would they adapt to the new normal? How would they continually take care of their growing number of distributors? How could they continually promote new products? With the new players, we need to see more competitors. We need to see more companies coming up. When we say competitors, these are legitimate companies that has a product, legitimate companies that has a very credible marketing plan that could last more than a decade given the right support. When it comes to the legalities and the framework, we need to have more conscious effort in dealing and negotiating with our government for them to become more strict or to come up with new laws so that less and less fraudulent scams would come up every now and then, either here in the Philippines or from other countries that would penetrate the Philippines. And of course, we need more strict laws that would govern the fraudulent scams. We need to stop them every now and then. So if you are familiar how a scam is operating, report it to the authorities right away. Report it to your uplines. Okay, if you're familiar with how they work, just to exist within the next 3 to 6 months or 1 to 2 years, and then run away with the money that they had. So it is destroying the industry that we love so much. It is destroying the economy of a certain country. Okay, so please support the industry. Please support the companies that are existing, legitimate companies. Please support your fellow distributors, your fellow business partners, whether here in the Philippines or abroad. Because the only way for us to break barrier simply is to be bigger from the industry's point of view. The industry should thrive. The industry should have multiple players growing simultaneously. Scams or fraudulent organizations should be lessening every month of the year. More laws should be passed on, or more bills should be passed on to become laws that would govern the MLM direct sales industry to protect our interests, to protect our businesses, not only here in the Philippines but abroad. So to break barriers as a whole, from a network leader, from the corporate standpoint, from the industry standpoint, simply, okay, be better. Key in, be better. Be bolder. And of course, be bigger. So for this year, the goal of the company is to be better. We want to serve you with a certain service agreement. We want to be at par on how we serve our distributors, not only here in the Philippines, but of course worldwide. If you think that our fellow from the management team, from the country manager, from the trainer in that particular country, from the branch manager, if you feel that you have not been served properly, please message us so we could improve the way we serve you for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, we will coming up with new products and services. We will create more innovation in terms of vertical integrations. We will launch something innovative this year. I cannot tell you in details what it is, but I tell you it's gonna shock the industry. The goal for this year is to become bigger. So if the company, if Empowered Consumerism and Economy Driver Plan 2.0 will be bigger, we don't want for you guys to be left behind. We want you along, aligned with our goals, aligned with our destiny, which is to grow and grow and grow this year, to become better, bolder, and bigger this year, because as our company grow better, bolder, and bigger, we want your network to grow better, bolder, and bigger as well. So this year, 2021, we encourage each and every one of you to have better dreams, to have bolder dreams, and to have bigger dreams, because this year, 2021, will be one of the best years of our company. God bless each and every one, and more power to your entire network.
You're unbelievable.